Welcome to the Emily Otto Show, business coaching for rebel healers, priestesses, and other witchy women. This podcast will give you the tools to help you build and scale your online healing business so you can help more people and make more money. My goal is for you to enjoy your life and business with plenty of time for pleasure and play. I am over the moon delighted you're here. Let's start today's episode. Hello. Welcome to this week's episode of the Emily Otto Show. This week, I am actually south of Miami in Florida for the regional Burning Man festival, Love Burn. And so I wanted to share a two-part masterclass series that I did a while back because it is super juicy and incredible. And I want you to get massive results from me and my content for free. So enjoy this week and next week, or if you're listening next week, welcome to next week in the future. Ooh. And stay tuned for how to charm clients in with your marketing and your messaging so that you can get paid and support really amazing people. Hi. So my name's Emily. Most of you have been hanging out in my Facebook group, or you're a current client or a former client. I don't take that lightly. Thank you for your investment in me and my business, and the investment in you and in your business. I wanted to play with this pay what you can model. Once upon a time, I used to teach $25 masterclasses and free masterclasses, and I thought I'd really like to start offering a pay what you can class once a month. And so this is my first attempt at doing that. So thank you for showing me that it works and that you want it. And I really wanted to do it around content and copy. And there's so much fluff out there of like, it's just got to be magnetic and you just post it and hope that people buy it. Let me know if you've heard that of like, oh, it's just got to be magnetic. Like, that's not helpful when you're building a business. It's helpful if you're scaling, right? And you're going from like 5K months to 10K or 5 to 20K. Sure, that advice is helpful. But in the beginning, and before you hit 5 to 10K months, there's a lot of really needing to get down to the nitty-gritty of what are you saying? Who is it for? How do you articulate that, Saries? Cool, thank you. How do you articulate that in your content and in your copy? And yes to magnetism, yes to energy, and structure and strategy too, right? It's not one or the other. It's yes and. It's a both. So welcome to the intersection of practical magic for your business. My name's Emily. I run a business called Rebel Incorporated. I help healers refine their business so they can scale and make more money and help more people. That's what I do, and I love it. And I just launched a podcast. Go get in on that launch event because I'm giving away $1,600 in coaching prizes for sharing it, for liking it, for giving me a review on Spotify or Apple. In fact, I'll drop the link right here, but I'll also put it in the group because I want you guys to get these prizes and get some free coaching with me in addition to today. So this container, what is it? What are we doing here? Basically, this Facebook group will be open from now until the end of May. Post your questions, soak it all up. Ask me business questions, ask me content and copy related questions. I'm happy to support you. And I'm going to be teaching for about half an hour today and then use that other half hour to go take the action and see if we can get some bites, some nibbles, some action in your business. And then join me for day 2. You guys are going to have access to these recordings forever. They'll be in the member vault after today. And I'll also have some homework prompts for you after the live class so you know what action to take, and I can help you be accountable to that as well. So why this? Why now? The hardest part about being a healer in business is that you're already good at what you do. Tell me in the comments, if you can, what kind of work you do. What kind of work do you do with your clients? If you have a niche statement, and if you know what that is, drop it for me in the comments as well. But basically, we want to get clear on who you work with. So this sentence, what do you do and who is it for? Because people, I'm sure, even my next door neighbors are like, what do you do again? And it's not that you have to have the perfect sentence. It's the repetition and the articulation over time that makes it better and better. As a healer, you're really good at what you do. You help your people feel better, whatever that is, right? Whether that's Reiki, tarot, astrology, intuitive business, all sorts of amazing things. Sacred sexuality, intimacy, relationship coaching. There's so many badass things you amazing humans do. And you, in addition to being good at what you do, as a business owner, you also have to figure out how to be good at running a business. How are you the CEO of your business? How do you articulate it? How do you sell it? How do you write your content and copy? I was a one-woman show until I hit the six-figure mark. I had business coaches, absolutely, marketing coaches, but I wasn't able to hire anybody. I just didn't think I could handle it until after that mark. And now I do have an amazing VA and a support coach, so it's not just me, thank goodness. But until you hit the point in your business where you feel like you can invest, we really end up needing to be a jack of all trades as a healing arts business owner. And so what we're going to talk through today is kind of the first part of writing content posts, because that's the number one thing my healers say, right? What the fuck do I write about this service? How do I talk about this beautiful healing art that I do in the world? A lot of you guys, the healing that you do isn't easy to put into words, and that's okay. But what we need to start talking about in our content and copy is the transformation, the result that we can help our clients get, and the problem they're chewing on in their heads. Maybe you work with women who are feeling anxious. How does that anxiety show up? What's that thought pattern? What are the words happening in their heads so that we can get at that? Put a little bit of it in your content and copy so that people know your work is for them, right? Because if you're an average human on Facebook, you're going scroll, scroll, scroll. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that might be for me. Hold on, let me see. Oh, she wants me to click the link and book a call. Okay, yeah, that looks cool. Let's do that, right? So that's what I want for you, is figuring out how to charm your clients in so you can help them and make money. Yes, you get to make money. If you didn't grab my Sacred Sales and the Wounded Healer Masterclass for free, hit me with a DM after this class and I'll give it to you. It's in Member Vault. But the goal is you get to be a one-woman show for a little while. And if you want to hire people, great. And if you don't, great. It's so important to figure out how to articulate clearly what you do and who it's for, because eventually when you can pass that task off to someone else, you still need it to be clear. And it's that clarity that comes from action. The clarity does not come from sitting behind the desk and thinking about it. It does not come from journaling again and again and again and again. It comes from selling to a human, working with the human, getting feedback from the human, and then figuring out how to articulate it better and better and better. But all of that feels very much like Sisyphus, right? You're rolling the frickin' rock up the hill when you're trying to get your first few clients for a program, or if you're trying to scale and you're trying to figure out, well, what are my people saying? So I'm going to go over how to do all of this. Yes, I teach like I'm giving it to you through a fire hose. That's why this is a recording. You can hit replay again and again and ask me questions anytime in the comments. Ask me questions. I have no issue like holding what I'm saying. I have notes, answering your question and coming back. I have practiced that over time. So what you're watching me do is like 15 years of practice being an HR manager and a recruiter in corporate America, and an additional 3 years now of business coaching and going live pretty much weekly for 2 years or so. Okay, so no problem doing it, but it's a skill that is built over time, catching up. Damn it, woman, I just wrote down what next step can I take that I'm scared to take. You got this, Heather. Hi, Melody, yay. Yeah, right? Like we want to be magnetic and attractive. And yes, we get to do that, and from a place of pleasure and laziness and joy and ecstasy. but it does require some clarity in the moment, clarity in the text. So I love these. If you guys are just joining, I'm asking you to drop me your niching statement or use this prompt. What do you do and who is it for? I have 1,000,000,001 niching prompts. What do you do and who is it for? Drop me that in the comments so I can help you with it. But Heather, I help mothers who are ready to take back control of their health, body, and life by getting to the root of the disease. That's like so succinct and powerful. I love that, Heather. Yeah, Heather is in the mastermind and amazing. And I love seeing all my masterminders here. I do have one spot open. If anybody is like, damn it, Emily, I need more coaching with you, send me a DM. Yeah, I like that. I don't think I would tweak it at this stage, you know? And Alpita, I help women entrepreneurs who are playing it small in business and life clear their shit and charge their worth so they can create a consistent income doing what they love. Awesome. Okay, 2 things I feel like might be helpful for you to define here. So what I'm talking about right now is how to get to your client's language. What are they saying in their head about their problems, right? So for example, for you guys to join this program today, what I knew that my clients were saying, because y'all say it, okay? That's how I know, and I'm going to tell you how I get at it. We are going off script today. We're talking about marketing, okay? And market research. This doesn't mean asking random humans to answer questions. This means getting in front of your actual people and talking to them, figuring out where their groups are that your people are in, getting in front of them, maybe even incentivizing, filling out a form, something as fun and ridiculous as like, fine, I'll give away a $25 Starbucks gift card as a prize if, you know, you can be entered to win if you fill out this form with 3 questions. Because you need to know what your people are saying in their heads. So I knew that you guys were saying, WTF do I say to my people? How the heck do I write things that make people DM me or just click the damn link and purchase already? I know that because I have 20 mastermind clients, 20 Sacred Sales Priestess clients, and 6 one-on-one clients. And my clients are telling me every single week what's going on in their own language. But before I had that, I had my free Facebook group. And so I would make polls asking people, or I would get on free calls and take all the notes in the world and really try to understand your clients. So there, Alpita, playing it small. Does your client say in their heads, I'm playing it small? Or is that an articulation of yours as the expert in the thing that you do? And then charging their worth. I do think people say that. That might be worth keeping. But again, it's just that assessment of, are these things my people are saying? And so this is an example of niching statement, but we're going to take this over into your content. So there's vanity metrics, people liking your posts, people commenting, and sometimes it's really nice to receive that feedback, right? Anybody else a feedback whore? Yeah, I like feedback. I like knowing that it's working. I like knowing that my messaging is landing, that it's helpful to people. So you get to interplay the posts for like feedback and stories and juice and likes and comments with your sales posts so that people are seeing both of them, right? And eventually you get to combine them. Who am I to charge that much? Yeah, that's awesome, Elpida. I would bake that sentence into your content. Even use that as your first call out line, right? Of like, who am I to charge this much? And then you can go into a story for them of like, okay, here's a time when I thought I couldn't charge that much. And here's what I did. Sentence, 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 CTA. Am I doing that today? We're talking about CTAs tomorrow. So my goal today is to give you the foundation and the premise for how to write content posts that are both magnetic and have feminine attraction and also make some fucking sense so your people can see the posts and DM you. That was like the holy grail for me the first time it happened. That someone was like, all right, Emily, I've been following you for years and that post landed and I need to work with you. Did you tell me how? And this year, again, this is year 2.5, year 3 of my business. This year, you guys, is the first time I've had people buy from me without having a conversation. I'm telling you that because it's easy to get wrapped up into this coaching industry thing of like, people just post it and then they just sell out and they just click the link and buy. People buy because of relationships. People buy because they get to know, like, and trust you. And then you put an offer out there that speaks to what they need in that moment. So whether that's typing a convo with you, DM voice memos, getting on an actual face-to-face sales call, it all works. But this year is the first time I've had someone click purchase without talking to me. And that's really rad. And I want that for you too if you don't have it already. And if you do have it already, then I just want you to have more of it. So yeah, I love that. My clients can't afford me, but they spend money on other things. Yeah. Yeah, okay, guys. So tell me the problems that are coming up for you in your business. Let's start there. What made you sign up for today's class? And what made you feel like, all right, I just want to get better at this. Let's do this. Or if you have direct things like what Elpida said, my clients can't afford me, but they spend money on other things. Isn't it interesting? After a certain threshold, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, like, yeah, we need to have our rent or our mortgage covered. We need to have water, food, shelter, relationships. After a certain level of that is covered, there is expendable income in most societies, right? So I have totally, in the early days of my business, had people be like, I can't afford your program. And then they talk about buying the latest iPhone, right? Apple is very good at articulating the value of their products. Okay, so everything from this point on, I don't mean to break your brain, but welcome to my brain. From this point forward is analyzing the marketing, the value messaging of, well, if someone saw the value and bought that, why that and not this? This is going to be my podcast episode next week, but a lot of healers say, well, it's so much easier to be a business coach. And to some extent it is, because people see the value in investing in business. Like, that's been kind of taught on the internet in the last 5 to 10 years. What you amazing healers are doing is two things. You are educating your people as to what the heck you do and why they need it, in addition to selling it to them. So you have this like double-edged sword, two things at once going on of education, telling people what it is, who it's for, why they need it, and then selling it to them, why they need it now. So there's two pieces there that we've really got to clearly identify and channel and pattern in again and again. Yay, I love all the comments, guys. Melody, I teach conscious entrepreneurs how to catch themselves before they fall into overwhelm, shutdown land, so they can show up more consistently for their life and business. Ooh, okay. Selling preventative medicine is hard. Welcome to America. We don't do preventative medicine here, like the general culture doesn't, but conscious entrepreneurs do, right? I like that angle. And I would say, why does it matter? So they can show up more consistently. Why does showing up consistently matter? Like, who cares if they show up consistently, right? The thread through for that is what? More money, more people, have a better life, have a healthier life, have better relationships. Like, what's the thing at the end of that consistency? Yeah, they think they don't know enough when they've been doing it all their life. So a lot of you guys are, and me, myself included, I had to learn this the hard way too. Nothing in my life has been the easy way. That is my human design as a role model hermit. So manifesting generator, role model hermit. So basically, a lot of us talk in expert language, okay? But what we need to start talking in is your client's language. Client speak. What are they saying their problem is? My first masterclass I ever taught, the title of it was called, If I Don't Do This Job, What Do I Do? Clear as day, right? I sold it out almost every time I sold it. That was my first $25 masterclass. Super freaking clear. Clear question, right? So that's what we kind of want to start to weave in. We want that magic. We want that magic in the program titles, in the lingo, but you want to weave the magic threads with the like sturdy as fuck woolen threads of reality and what our people are saying. Karina, my clients aren't ready yet as they run after things that aren't moving the needle they claim they desire. Yeah. So we start to pull through the idea of here's what you actually need, here's how it's going to serve you, and here's the transformation or result that you're going to get from this specific container or program. I can hear y'all already. I know it's hard to promise specific results when what you do is transformative and healing, right? Like I try so hard not to sell money, but money is the thing my people want, right? Like, yeah, Emily, if I'm investing in business coaching, it's because I want to make more money. Your people are investing because they want to feel better. It's okay to say, I'm going to teach you how to feel better. I'm going to teach you the skills so that you could feel better, right? We get to be highly ethical and heart-centered, and we want to tell people what's possible. So it can be a little sticky for my highly ethical priestesses and healers to be like, I can't promise you you're going to be out of pain. No, you cannot. But you can promise someone you're going to show them the way to handle the pain, to feel better about the pain, right? To know what strategies, to have someone alongside them so they're not alone in the pain. That we can say. That we can say clearly in the content marketing. Heather, my kindness, they take advantage of it. So they stop paying on their payment schedule. Yeah, so that's a boundaries thing. And it sucks. It sucks. But it's more about controlling what we can control than about the other human, right? Like we get to be kind and have firm boundaries of the payment is the payment. You can break it into multiple payments. You can ask them what they need. You can figure out a way through. You can have lower tiered programs for folks or free things that you do and give away, and then higher tiered programming. Yeah, I get it. Tell me about it. More money, more love, more life. Yeah, Melody. Series, getting better at this for my own work. Social media marketer. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you get to apply it to your business. I love that. Business alchemy, you sold one spot, paid in full. That's awesome. Okay, so what we do, guys, is we double down on what's working. I'm sorry, that was really obnoxious, but I want you to get, you double down on what's working. You don't switch strategy, okay? This is also a thing for me. How many people get shiny object syndrome? Anybody else a raccoon or a raven out there? Ooh, shiny. Ooh, what's that person doing? Oh, they just sold out. How did they do that? I'm going to copy their strategy. No. We build you a unique strategy that works for you. Okay? So if you normally sell to other people's groups, if you're selling on Instagram stories posts and people drop into DMs and you're voice memoing back and forth with them and they buy, we just do more of that. Okay? It's really, really easy. I have also done this. This is why I can speak to it, to be like, oh, I need new strategies. Nope. If you have something that's connecting, we double down on that. So I would say the spot paid in full, Elpida, tell me more. I'm guessing that person had known you for a while, or maybe they were a past client, because like paying in full is a yummy commitment, right? It says, I trust you, you got this. Also, I have the cash, or I have the ability to put it on a credit card to a current client. Yeah, okay. Yeah, another spot DM'd you asking for more info. Did you happen to notice what you had posted? So generally speaking, it's not one certain post that has someone say, oh my God, that's it, I'm sold. It's the pattern. It's the pattern over time. It's the consistency. And as women and cyclical critters and humans who have emotions, that doesn't mean that you are a business and you just pump shit out on a production line. Oh no, we don't do that here. You are a human. You have this business because you get to be fully human. You get to relax. You get to ground your nervous system. Unless you're a freaking ER nurse or surgeon, there are no emergencies in business. And we get to act like that and act from that space as well. So where was I going with this? Okay. Repurpose the skills. Sell piece by piece. It's the repetition of the content. And that means repeating yourself. That means taking one luminous post, breaking it down. This is something I teach my mastermind clients, of taking a longer form post, because man, you healers are wordy. You take that long form post, break it down, give me 11 sentences. 7 sentences, 3 sentences, and then 1 single sentence is a color block Facebook post, right? Repurpose the shit out of your content, okay? Because it's that patterning over time. And then eventually you're going to tell a story with a clear call to action at the bottom, and someone's going to message you and say, that's it, take my money. I need to work with you. I've been watching you. I've been waiting. I've been thinking about it. I'm in. It will happen if it hasn't already, and it will happen more frequently. All right, 2-5 projector, nice. Yay, man, Jen Hermit. Yeah, shift how you get paid. Yeah, I like that, Karina. Yes, always getting paid ahead of time. Magpie in the house. Yeah, yay, prevention from shiny object syndrome. Yeah, okay. So Melody, I'm so glad you brought this up, because that's a really big thing, right? Because we've been thinking about it. We've been wanting to do it. We've been creating it. We've been working on it. We've been writing the content prompts and getting it out there and working the launch sequence. And then when you go to launch it, you're like, oh my God, I've been working on this for months or weeks. Ugh. And then you go to sell it and run through the selling finish line of the start date. And then you're like, oh, I don't even want to deliver it anymore. So that's why we have to bake the ease. And then the excitement comes from little bursts of energy, at least as a manifesting generator, right? So that's why you see me do multiple turn-on events. This shit is fun for me. I like it. That's not true for everybody. Multiple little jolts of fun. And how can you like put pleasure dates out into the future through the launch? And then also when you have a divine download from the universe, when Goddess herself is like, I have an idea. You should run with this. Like this program was, I've been wanting to do like a 5-day content fest, and I was going to call it $111. And I was like, when am I going to have 5 days? And I'll just do 3 days. My kids are in daycare 3 days a week. And I was like, I'll have to launch it after the podcast, blah, 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 blah. And so Monday I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'll put the payment link out there. As you saw, there was no automation on the back end. I'm like, I'm just going to run with it and see what happens. And here we are. So when you get an idea, it's really about clearing everything out of the way so that you can execute on the idea, because those divine downloads, my amazing, gorgeous, wonderful human client friends, they're there because we need to put it out into the world. You're not the only one with the idea. I really believe universe, source, goddess sends those ideas to multiple people, right? So I was just talking to one of my besties who's also an online business coach this morning out at the dog park. She's also teaching a content program this week because she had the same damn download. We weren't looking at each other's content, and I was like, I'm teaching mine starting today. She's teaching hers starting tomorrow, and it's like, cool, cool. So this is what the planet needs right now. Here we go. The shorter runway you can have, the more in flow it'll feel, because we get to play with that feminine magnetism and magic while still having the containers and the business structure, right? All right. We were in a class together. I posted a $33 clearing in tarot in the class. She said yes, PM'd her about a full live session. Awesome. Okay. So I would post the $33 clearing again, right? Because that's your lead in and that's your quote unquote funnel. And then you DMing warm leads about business alchemy sounds wonderful. Like, hi, rinse and repeat that strategy. You're probably already doing this, but are there like 5 to 10 people you could gently reach out to each day? Vendor group. Yeah, okay. So there's a theme here with these lower paid offers and upselling into business alchemy, right? So then it's just, how do we increase that flow? Can you do more $33 offers? Do you open that as a live masterclass instead?